Hey guys, what's up? So this is gonna be my predictions, I guess, for this year's Knott's Scary Farm. I've never really done a video about Knott's Scary Farm or anything, so these are just gonna be some of my predictions for this year. Okay, so I'll start with the returning mazes first, because I guess each maze is gonna get something new or something in it. So we'll start with Delirium. The Delirium, it was a really good maze last year. It was actually my favorite maze last year. Very detailed. Daniel Miller did a great job on that maze. And so for this year, something about Pillar of Souls, it said. So that should be really cool to see. Pillar of Souls. All in all, I think it's going to do great again this year, and it's probably going to be there for a couple more years. Maybe, I give it 3 more years after this year. So that's going to be, it's a really good maze. I thought it was really good. So, next maze, we'll go in sections. So since we're in the back of the warehouse, the next returning maze would be Endgames. That was one of my second favorite ones, mainly because of the music. And Brooke Walters did a really good job on that maze. A very, very steampunk-ish type of vibe. It was really good. It went really good with the Necropolis setting. So again, that maze is gonna be good. They said they're gonna have a larger arena, so that should be. I'm looking forward to that, because the arena last year was kind of small and kind of crammed. But since it's in a warehouse now, they have wider space, so we'll see what they do with that. Next maze, we'll get to the new mazes later. So the next maze is, I'll just go with Fire Z. Fire Z has been there since 2010. It's a good maze in my opinion. Josh, you guys know Josh is the person in my, my friend's scare school. That's Josh. He has a YouTube channel now. It's Your Mother 863. Please go subscribe to him. Check out his channel. It's kind of weird and pointless. It makes kind of no sense, but that's just that's just Josh, I guess. That's the fun of him. So go check out his channel. Anyways, I'm getting sidetracked. He likes zombies a lot, so you should go check. That's his favorite maze, Fire Z, I guess I would say. Because he's into zombies all the time. He's really into zombies. They said they're gonna have got more blood, I guess, is what they said. Always more blood's always good. More blood is always good. Gotta love blood. Okay. So next maze is Fallout Shelter. Fallout Shelter is getting, I guess they're making the whole maze 3D. So that should be really cool looking. I still actually have my 3D glasses, but I don't use them because I think the 3D, I don't know, I don't like going through mazes in 3D, I guess. It's cool, because I went, I guess the year before last year, I tried it, 3D, with the 3D glasses, but, it was cool looking, but, I don't know, it's not my thing. I don't know, I don't do it a lot, but, but Fallout Shelter is getting the whole maze 3D, and that should be really cool to see. Oh yeah. Next one is, let's see, let's go to, I'm trying to think what's around that, Slaughterhouse. Slaughterhouse is going to get an entire, it's being entirely redone, new layout and everything. More rooms, I guess, and we're going to find out what barbecue sauce is made out of or something. My guess is blood and organs and all that, but who knows, I could be wrong. But that should be really cool, a new layout and everything. Me, personally, I think it should leave, or I thought it should have left this year, but whatever. It's a good maze, but I think it's overstayed its welcome, I guess. Excuse me. Okay, so let's go to Uncle Bobo's Big Top of the Bazaar. That one, I think they said it's getting a new entrance and a new ending. Um, and more red clown noses, whatever that means. I think probably more monsters in there. I don't know. The new entrance would be cool looking because last year was just, I don't know, it wasn't really as detailed as it was years before. You know, with Killer Clown College, with you going in that gigantic, house thing, that huge, what's the word, like fraternity house, that huge fraternity house, that was really detailed, and, kind of with the Carnivorous Clowns, that one was, it wasn't as detailed, but it was something. Whereas Uncle Bobo's has never really had like a legitimate, detailed entrance. But hopefully this year they'll get that way. And the ending, looking forward to the new ending because last year was just, when you walked out after you saw the amazing thingy, when you walked out, it was just kind of four porta potties, and one of them had like this gigantic thing, like monster, like poop thing or something in it. I don't know. Then they had like a couple, like maybe we had like two monsters in there hiding behind or inside and would pop out at you. But anyways, we'll move on to Dia de los Muertos. That's getting has a new designer. I forgot her name. I forgot her name, but so she's redesigning the maze, and hopefully it will look good. And they're gonna have like a pit of snakes. That should be really cool, like to see. Walking over a pit of snakes or a pit of snakes around you, like you're inside the pit of snakes, I guess, like you fell inside. That would be really cool, snakes coming at you. Okay, so then there's Terror of London. Terror of London is, I take back my pick as second maze for Endgames because Terror of London has always been my favorite overall, no matter what. Even though Delirium was my first last year, but it's like close between Terror of London because Terror of London is my all-time favorite. Because for one, they talk in English accents, and English accents are pretty cool. And second of all, it's really extremely detailed, like super detailed to the max. Like it's amazing to see how they do all that, They're going to be more historically accurate with the murders, so that should be really cool to see. I must sound psychotic to see it, to want to see historically accurate murders, but any type of murder to me is pretty cool looking. I'm a big horror movie fan, so that's probably why. I'm not psycho, trust me. I'm not going to go out killing anyone anytime soon. I think, did I remember seeing anything? Let's see, we got Fire Scene. There should be 8 returning mazes, I believe. So let's go around the park. Let's go. Delirium, Endgames, Piracy, Slaughterhouse, Fallout Shelter, Terror of London, Dia de los Muertos, Uncle Bobo's. That should be, okay, there's 8, that's it. Okay, so the 4 new mazes I'm looking forward to. Okay, so the first one, right in front of Delirium, is going to be Dominion of the Dead. Okay, so Dominion of the Dead is, if you guys don't know already, which probably all of you do out there anyways, so it was an old maze in 1995, which was really, really popular. It was a vampire-themed maze. Sandy Graham, rest in peace, was in that maze. I believe, yes, she was. Vampire Queen. They're bringing it back, and they're going to revamp it for modern times, but keep some of the old feel in there, like kind of a tribute to it. That should be really cool to see. It's kind of what I'm kind of looking forward to it, but we've all seen, I'm kind of tired of vampires. Vampires aren't my thing, but it should be really cool to go through, because it was an old maze. So the next one is Trick or Treat. Trick or Treat, that's going to be, I'm really looking forward to that one because you get to actually trick or treat. in the maze, and they're gonna make it like they said they're gonna make it look like a neighborhood type of thing, so you can go like house to house. I would only assume, and that would be really really cool and fun. And you get to like wear there's 5 different masks, each different designed. It's gonna be like I want to try and collect all 5 of them, so I'm gonna try and go 5 times this year, which hopefully I'll get to do, or just revisit the maze 5 times and try and get a different mask 5 times in a row. You will, I think you do have to pay for trick-or-treating, but it's worth it. Like, what the hell? Like, where else can you go trick-or-treat inside a maze? You know? And what you trick-or-treat for, I don't think it's candy. I mean, you might get candy, but I heard that it's going to be like, you're going to get, like, 40, like, because this year it's not Scary Farm's 40th anniversary, so you're going to get merchandise for, like, the 40th anniversary, like, only stuff that you can get at Knott's. And I don't think they're going to sell those things in the stores. I think you're going to have to get them in that maze. You're going to have to trick-or-treat for those things if you want them, which is me. I'm going to want them, so obviously I'm going to go trick-or-treat there, so. So that's going to be really fun and really cool, and it's going to add to the mix. You're going to have monsters trying to scare you, you know, so that's going to be really fun. The third maze, VIP maze here, called Trapped, okay? Now, VIP, meaning you have to get a reservation for this maze. I don't know how much it's going to cost, but I know for sure once reservations hit, and it's going to be next Friday, on Friday the 13th, as soon as those reservations go, I'm getting mine. Opening night, 21st, because that's the day I'm going to go. That's the day I'm going to go, so I'm going to get mine for opening night. It's going to be really fun. I heard that it's for VIP, what it means is you get a reservation, and it's for you and your group only. And you're only allowed to book up to 6 people. So, and once you hit that reservation, once you get all your 6 people, or however many you're going to go in, you have a time slot. So once that time slot happens, you need to be there by that time. If you're not there by that time, I guess they take someone else. But once you get there at the time, it's going to be in the laser tag area by the arcade, where the dinosaur ride is, below the dinosaur ride by the arcade. If you don't know where that is, then, you know, go to Knott's and find it or something, or look it up. Because I don't, you know, I couldn't give you a more accurate description than that. So once you go inside, you're going to be trapped. And I heard you're going to have to do a bunch of things to try and get out of there. Like, it's going to be like steps to get out. And if you don't complete those steps, I guess you're trapped in there. And it's going to be designed by all of the haunt designers, you know, Todd Fox, Brooke Walters, Daniel Miller, and that other chick that I can't remember. So that's going to be a really good maze. I'm really looking forward to that. And so the last maze, we get to Pinocchio Unstrung. That's replacing the Doll Factory, so they basically just went from dolls to marionettes to little, like, puppets, I guess. That's going to be really cool. A demented Pinocchio. I could not think of anything more sick. That's going to be pretty cool. I've already seen the entrance. The concept art for the entrance looks pretty amazing. It's going to be a really, really good maze, I predict. And so, yeah, those are my predictions for this year. It's going to be the 40th, so it's going to be really cool. I'm not going to predict any shows because I don't really watch the shows. I only go for the mazes and the scares. I think the show, the only show I really go to see is kind of The Hanging. That's it. And they're bringing back the Midnight Witch Hanging, so that should be really cool to see. Alright, so that's my predictions. Hope you guys enjoyed. Yeah, so see you guys later.